You know, having a kid sucks sometimes.
And responsibility hitting you upside the head.
And it's not because like of the kid or nothing like that. It's not like that. It's just situations happen, dog. When you think you good and then something just like can happen that just flips things into chaos, you know. For all these months, you know, we've been getting like, because he has a milk allergy, he has to get hypoallergenic formula. This is a fancy ass little nigga, okay? He's drinking
hypoallergenic.
Yes, because he can't drink things made with milk or milk protein.
Right.
So
it's like lactose intolerant, pretty much.
Yeah. So you know, it's covered. We got a prescription. It's covered by insurance. It's delivered. There's been a formula shortage for like the last several months, right? All right, cool, bet. I thought it would hit us. We've been good every single month till today. So usually she has to call, make the order, and they'll send it in 4 days. Well, on the day of delivery, she gets a text message. A
text message?
We're not gonna have it till next month. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you bitches. You couldn't say this when she made the order online.
Right. You
and we ain't got it
days ago, I'm sure. You're supposed to budget out for this.
So like now I'm sitting at work and I'm like, damn, now I'm like just the rest of these niggas.
Shit gets real.
I gotta
That's
run
kind
up.
of the thing.
She had to run up in the store to go find 2 canisters. We had to go to the doctor to get some emergency bottles. I had to pay like $160 to get 4 cases of some powder coming, and it's not even going to come till like later,
powder.
Like in 2 weeks.
Like, this sounds like drug smuggling now. Like,
yo, dog, this is listen. If you thought drug dealing on the street was wild, this shit right here is wild, bro.
It's like, yo, how much you got a case for? How much you got a case? Let me get a case.
Bro, because some people selling it online for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, scamming niggas.
I'm gonna check eBay right now and see what is up to. So, what is your brand called?
Similac Element.
Okay. Element.
So it's ALI.
Oh, got you. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Somebody's selling coupons for it.
Coupons
to buy it, but where can you find it? Wow. No one's even selling it on the internet. That is, man, shit is getting weird. I still don't understand the shortage either. Like, what started the shortage?
How does one factory in charge of a whole? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I understand it's just a liquid, and I understand you basically use machines to bottle them. I can understand that. But my nigga, that means you're making, first of all, it's supposed to be hypoallergenic, which means it's not supposed to be bottled with anything or close to anything that got lactose or milk protein. So you telling me you making hypoallergenic, the sensitive one, the regular one, all in one factory.
In the same place.
Now I can give you a pass if you tell me different machines are assigned for specific ones, and they're like, you know, they're spread out through the. I'll be like, all right, cool. But if you want to tell me that you running these by a schedule per day, you wilding out. You mad disrespectful.
Like from 2 to 3, it'll run the regular brand, the advanced formula. Then from 3 to 5, it'll run the aluminum, whatever it's called.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and because they got like 8 to 10 different types of these shits, and like they got like different sizes and how they package them and shit. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, you telling me one factory is doing all of this? Now that one factory gets hit and everybody's fucked. It makes no sense, bro.
That's crazy. That's just poor planning. Like, you didn't think, like, what if a machine didn't work, or what if how does it get to one part of the country and then you just shipping out of one location? It just sounds all bad. And if it can happen, and it will happen, and this is kind of shit you get. So if I find it in stores, I mean, I'll buy it and ship it to you or something. But
dog, this
what
shit's
it's looking
crazy,
is like there's
bro.
a shortage everywhere for
Dog,
everything, pretty
everywhere. Every parent and every single who using formula to feed their kid, they're going through it right now.
Yeah.
Like us, we're lucky because, like, you know, we were getting it through a company because it was based off insurance. You know what I mean? That's cool.
Right,
and a lot of people were probably doing the same thing, because when the kid has those type of things, right? It's like it's considered a medical condition, so you can get a prescription for it, which means the parents don't got to pay out of pocket, which is fire, because it's $12 a bottle. I got to give him a bottle of this. Like, I separate the bigger bottle into like 9 different bottles, so he drinks about like 6 or 7 bottles a day, right? But the one large bottle is for a whole day. So you're telling me I gotta buy 30 of these joints at $12 a pop?
Jesus Christ.
What's 30 times 12? You know, I'm not good at that.
A lot.
$360.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I spend more money. I spend money almost like that on, like, you know, my controller. But I buy my controller once. This is a every single month.
I was gonna say this is a continuous until he can eat solid food, which who knows when that'll be. That's at a.
I mean, he's starting him.
He's different.
We started him on, like, you know, little baby food and stuff like that. But you know, it's just that he's still, like, even if he eats it like an hour before he drinks milk, he still wants his milk. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, the serving sizes are not, you know, big enough yet for him to kind of sustain. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you just got to get him up to that point, because his stomach still got to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? But he's still going to need to eat like his regular bottles anyway. It doesn't matter, bro. Like, he's still under 1 year old. You know what I mean? Even when he's past 1, like, he's still gonna have to be drinking.
Kids is gonna eat until they're not kids no more, pretty much. Because even when
they just eat more as they get older, bro. It's just they change what they eat.
It's not gonna. It's just this now. It's gonna be something else. But I'm just looking at all the things that there are a shortage on now in the country, and the list is like, it's funny but it's not funny, because a lot of this shit I don't really make sense. So the first thing on the list I see is tampons. So there is a tampon shortage right now. So I mean, personally, I'm not a man. I'm not
You're not a man.
Affected. I mean, I'm not a woman. I'm not a female in that sense, in the traditional sense. I do not identify as one of those individuals, but.
What do you mean, those individuals?
You know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
I'm not a tampon needing individual. That is all I'm explaining there. I don't know how to put that, but so that sucks for women. Again, like, there are many things that are sucking for women these days. So imagine, you know, you got your monthly and you can't even get a. You know,
yeah, women have it hard, dog. Women have it hard.
Bro, all around. Women have it hard. We'll talk about it. But this one is kind of funny. But sriracha, there is a shortage in supply on sriracha.
Yo, but you know, that's crazy, that's sriracha. Because the thing is that when you think about people who really like spicy food, like, I don't know more than 5 people, maybe 6, 7, that like spicy food. Like, I don't know more than 7. Some people like
different levels. I could do sriracha. Sriracha is kind of like my baseline. Like, too much past that, then I'm just like, all right, this is painful. I'm not trying to cry tears while I'm eating my food. Like,
I got this one hot sauce because it was low in sodium. That shit was fire. I ain't gonna lie. I like Tabasco. When I could use it, I would use Tabasco all the time.
Tabasco's 100%. Good too. I like in my taco spot, I use Tabasco, the steak tacos.
Yeah. But they got this other hot sauce that I really love because it's kind of sweeter. The Chula hot sauce.
Oh, Chula. Yeah.
With the wooden top.
Wooden top. Yeah. Chula. Yeah. I know about Chula.
I used to go to this place with that stupid bitch, right? And like, it was like a Mediterranean restaurant, right? They made some of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my life, right? So like, I would get this like club sandwich, like that was like some Mediterranean shit, and bro, I would put that hot sauce on there. Oh,
fire! You need a food show. You need some sort of like little cooking segment you could do, or even just going out to eat type segment, bro.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie
your
to you,
lane,
man.
and you
I'm about
know
to
it. The way
start
you
pulling up on these niggas
chefing
on
up them
Instagram.
ribs, and you talking about filet mignon and butcher box. You know, you might got a sponsor right there. You just got to keep working at it.
Nah, you know what's crazy? I would like to do it, but you know what the problem is? It's like
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah, time is always gonna be that. You can
Because
have
you
the
know why?
motivation, but you don't have the time. You
Two
have the
things: time
time, but
and
you
the
ain't got the
weather.
motivation.
Because like it's mad hot right now. I don't want to be in the
Facts.
kitchen. Plus, you kind of need a bigger space kitchen with a lot of space to do it.
You'd
Well,
be
not all the
surprised.
time,
You see
but the
on
way my
YouTube, a
kid,
lot
you
of
saw how.
people's using
No,
hot
you're
plates
right.
in their backyard type shit. So
No, you are right.
everything you
Right.
need, you could bring
Niggas
outside
in
and just
niggas are in the woods, like using rocks and stones.
Yeah, dude was cutting up. I seen a dude make a steak in the woods with like rocks, and he heated up the wood, and all he had was a cast iron. Like he ain't have no tongs. He was using a stick to poke it. I'm like, yo, people live like cavemen for fun.
I see the nigga make a whole Alfredo, dude, just outside, bro. He
like
made
from
the
scratch.
New,
The
he
eggs,
made
the flour. We might be talking about the same dude. He have a dog with him.
Yes.
Yes,
and he got that long ass, he got that big ass knife that he cuts the
like
thing
a
with
damn,
too. It's
like
dog.
curved. It's like a Indian warrior blade. But
that's the nigga. Because sometimes he be doing like other shit too. Like he does fish sometimes. Like he be doing some amazing
he makes
shit.
big meals too, but he's just
big
him
meals,
in the woods.
yeah.
Like no utensils.
I think he did a calzone too.
Oh man, we always get sidetracked with food. But all right, so some other things that are in shortage right now: construction goods, so like lumber, concrete, all that kind of stuff. Which makes sense. Is like my mom was gonna buy a house recently, but because of the construction prices, it was newly built, so they thought the construction was gonna cost this much. The price shot up to like some crazy number, and it was like, yo, this is not,
because it's
this
like
house
supply
at this
chain
size
issues.
Yeah, it's like just not worth it. Something else, computer chips.
Yes,
which makes sense. Like if you were buying a GPU for your computer, those
PS5s.
prices are through the roof. And then also electric car computer system chips are like really in high demand. So you might pay a lot extra for an electric car right now than you normally would. Infant formula. So we talked about that. And then bicycles, apparently, which I do not believe. Like,
bro, that's crazy because they adding those blue bike things everywhere. Ain't no bike shortage unless you're telling me Blue Bike bought all of them shits.
But that's what Zillow did. Zillow bought up all the houses, and then they was like, "Yo, this is a real estate crisis," and now they're trying to sell like 200,000 homes across the country. Like,
ain't nobody buying them shit either because they're trying to overprice it for it. It's like, I mean, some people say it's turning into a buyer's market now because things are changing. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That's all I want is a house, bro. All I want, like the space and the freedom.
The thing is, getting it is one thing, but maintaining it is another.
Maintaining it is
like
you got
anything could go wrong when you own the home. Like, so if the roof start leaking or the pipe bursts in the basement, the power go out. It's all on you, bro.
But you got to be ready for it though, because like you can't just be out here fucking around thinking you're gonna be able to afford it.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like you gotta be, your money management has to be smart. You know, you gotta take responsibility, you know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what was I about to say? Yeah, because you get your pipe burst or you can't flush or take a shower. Like when my mom was
your whole day fucked up.
Bro, my mom was getting her basement like renovated and the guys hit a pipe and then they had to turn the gas off. And in order to get the gas back on, the gas company had to come certify everything, make sure everything is good, you know, so your house don't fucking blow up the neighborhood. But in between that time, you know, you can't shower, you ain't got no hot water, like shit, you can't cook, you don't got no gas. So shit like that as a homeowner, you just gotta be fucking prepared for it, bro. It's like there's really no way around it. There's really no way around it. And with that being said, I Hate It Here podcast, episode 32. It's your boy Russ.
And it's your boy Kev.
Man, if you don't fucking wake up for these intros, bro.
What you mean, dog? I'm
You know
giving
you
them the
don't do
chill vibes,
caffeine.
bro. Relax. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Chill vibe. Listeners want some excitement, some explosions, motherfucker.
Nigga, fuck that, nigga.
But
Like,
yeah,
we out here
back in
though. You know what I
here.
mean? Hope everybody doing good. Hope everybody family good because this is stressful times.
Absolutely. Still in development. As you can see, a lot of the clips going up. Shout out to my man Julian on the Fiverr.com on the internets for cutting the clips. Definitely appreciate you. 5-star interaction.
Doing a
Shout out
great
to
job,
him.
but I hate that thumbnail you picked, you piece of shit.
It's not, again, it ain't his fault. You be fucking picking your nose and
Nah,
shit.
I just, I listen, when people like do something for me that I like that they're doing, like I gotta fuck with them a little bit though. Cause
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you, like he did a great job with them clips, the way that they look, the captions,
Yeah.
like dog, like this is perfect work, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm happy. But
Yeah.
I gotta give him some shit. That thumbnail was wild, my nigga.
I don't know, what were you doing? Chewing your
I
nails?
think I was chewing my nails. That's why now I
Scratching
got
your
a
beard
fidget
or
cube
something?
here, so I don't be doing all
Smart.
types of crazy shit.
Can I see it? Let me see it.
Yeah.
And it's got like a switch and
Yeah, got like this thing, got
nice,
this thing on
nice.
there, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's my shit right here, bro. I just be
Dope,
sitting here.
dope.
I got the little
Fucking,
joystick here, bro. I just be sitting there.
you'll be all right. We blow through this. As usual, let's start with some Ask Reddit, bro. Let's see what
Yeah, I
Reddit's
just
talking
joined
about.
Reddit this past week and like I'm still new, but this shit is fire.
There's a
I'm
lot
in
fucking
this
going on.
I'm in this Wheel of Time Reddit right now, bro. I'm going through theories and discussions. I'm like, this is the most fun I've
Oh
had on the
man,
internet in a
this
long
is where
time.
conspiracies thrive out here, bro. Thrive.
Mm. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me tell you a
Mhm.
story.
Okay, go for it.
Hold on, let me pull this shit up because I sent it to my girl the other day because I was like, this wow, nigga, listen to this shit.
Mhm.
My niece lives again. Quite some
That's the
time
title of the
ago.
story.
Yep.
Okay.
Quite some time ago, my niece was 4. She is 8 now. She said something quite odd. My sister and brother-in-law had gotten an adorable puppy. He was a bit rambunctious, but still cute as heck. But when playing with the dog one day, I was sitting on the sofa with my sister, who was pregnant with her 3rd child. I had a prophetic dream about a different post a while ago. My niece told us that she had a dog before. My sister and I looked at one another. I spoke to my niece. Did you? Was your dog like Bobby? That's not the real dog's name. She replied, no, my dog before was bigger and not naughty. She then said the weirdest part. My grandson got him for me to keep me company when my husband died. My sister
Whoa.
asked her what she meant. My husband died and my grandson got me a dog. She wasn't even looking at us when she spoke. She was focused on rubbing the dog's belly.
Uh-huh.
She just said it like it was a fact. She didn't give any names, but that evening she said there was a ghost upstairs waiting for her to join him. She said it was George, not real name, and she wasn't ready to go upstairs with
Stop
him yet.
playing.
Just really weird.
See, and this is kind of touching back to an idea I always had, is that kids and animals, that layer between them and the supernatural is
It's
very thin.
crazy.
It's very thin. So if a
Yeah.
kid is like focused enough, or I don't know, has that in them enough that they can either see or be visited enough. Like, because you'll see dogs and they'll just be looking into the corner, like what is in that corner, and nothing will
Mm-hmm.
be there. So,
Fam, hold on. First of all, let me shout out
but that
Secret
story,
86 on Reddit.
mhm,
That's their story. Thank you for that. But listen, you know
that's
what's crazy?
crazy.
I was
She said
sitting
my
here.
grandson, like not even like, I got it at a store, nothing. So you you're saying you were an elder in another life, that you had a child and then your child had a child. You created a whole timeline by saying my grandson. That's crazy, bro.
Bro, that's wild, dude. And the thing about it, think about
Wow.
that. Like, he bought her a dog. Like, when could you do that in the social? Like, that's only been a thing for like the last, I would say,
Couple 100 years,
300 years.
Yeah, modern. That's
Something
a
like that.
modern
That's a
society
modern
kind of
thing.
thing. When you're grieving, you get a pet, or if you lose someone, they give you a pet or
Yeah.
a hobby or something.
That's how
So,
John Wick happened. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? Shout out to John Wick. But
with
like,
that being said, that would mean that her, like, if this is a reincarnation, like this is a pretty quick reincarnation. So this is like in this modern world, you could have only died a couple
years
decades
ago and came back.
and came right back. So that's
crazy. Then my girl said, "Yeah,
like
there's a whole bunch of shit like that on TikTok." You see, every single time some
TikTok
shit like this happens,
again, bro.
I'm like, maybe
TikTok
I need to stop fucking around. Because I want to see what these kids, because they be like, yo, kids say wild shit, bro, and I'm just like, but I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I have
be
dreams,
super honest.
Right? True, but sometimes, right, I have dreams, right, and it's like I'm me and myself in another universe.
Okay.
And the reason why I say this is because like there are people like sometimes I'll be a totally different age, like I'll be my younger self, right? And the people that surround me is people that I was around at that age, just in a different place, different situation. Things are way different, right? And I'm sitting here, I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? Like I wake up and I'm just like there was one of them, right? Well, like I guess I had moved out my parents' crib, right? And I was staying in a house in like Queens or something, right? And then like it felt so real. I had to ask myself, like, did I really do that? Like, did I really like did I really do that?
Deja vu happens like that because you'll have like a dream, but it'll feel so real. So when something happens that's similar to that dream, you're like confused. Like, was the dream real, or did that really happen that I have this memory, or am I remembering a dream? So
I remember one time I fully engaged it. I don't know what this was. I felt like I was walking around. Like, you know, like, and the house I was in, like, you know, I was like a major, super famous, like, music nigga. Like, I had my own studio and it was fire.
Okay.
And
this is your wildest
like,
dream, apparently.
And then I meet other niggas' mom. And I was just like, and then we start talking. And then I literally, like, you know what? I'm going to just tell her this shit. I'm like, yo, I ain't even going to lie to you. I'm me, but not this world.
Right. I know I look like the me that you think is me, but I'm not that me.
Like it's like Doctor Strange in the multiverse type shit, right? And then she looks at me, she's like, she's like, well, it don't matter because you're still my son regardless, right? And then I go to but then she's like, yo, but you got to go talk to somebody in the kitchen. And in the kitchen is a baby mama. And then it's her mama.
The Matrix?
And I'm like, first of all, baby mama was bad as shit. So I was like,
oh, did you tell me this before?
Yes, I told you this before.
I think I remember this.
And I'm sitting there, and then like she's giving me this eye, like, yo, she about to throw it at me, right? And I'm like, I don't know why we not together, but it has to be me because it definitely ain't you.
Right. Unless she crazy. She could look good, but she crazy.
Nah, because if I'm a famous music nigga, I'm fucking other hoes, nigga.
Okay, all right. So yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in that universe, like if you didn't tie me down
in that universe,
you didn't tie me down, I'm out here wilding.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's everything everywhere all at once. If everyone hasn't seen that movie, go watch that movie. Like, there's multiverses of you. So you're just living as this you, and they say some of your dreams are you jumping into you in the other multiverse. So you could have jumped into you at that moment and had that
but was fully aware, because like, yo, the sensations was nuts. I was feeling the carpet under my foot. I'm just moving around. It's like I'm talking to you right now. Like my hands is like this, and I'm just sitting here walking around. The only thing that I didn't do was look in the mirror. It just didn't really. But I feel like I would shatter the wall if I did that.
And the natural interaction, you wouldn't need to look at the mirror in that point. Like you're not in the bathroom. You're not like, so you're just,
I just woke up out of bed. I'm walking around and I'm just like, what? I see plaques on the wall. I'm like, what the fuck have I been doing, nigga?
You should have looked. Next time you gotta see. The thing is, the details in our dream can lead us to have further ideas and things. So you got to see what the name of the songs were on those plaques.
That's true.
Maybe writing those songs will lead you to that. And it's like a prophecy filled out type shit. So dreams are dope, but I know what you mean about the sensations, because I had a dream one time that like I hugged somebody and I could feel like how warm their body was against my body, like an actual hug. So certain dreams, just if you're receptive and open to it, you can really like have a full experience in that case. But
it just feels like you're moving, but then you don't have a full. Because if I felt like I had full 100%, I think you have that nigga here now. And I'd just be over there chilling.
You would be just living as you in your next dimension. But
Crazy.
We'll see how, if that niece was reincarnated and she knew it, what other things does she know? Like, you know, what
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, what information were you able to bring with you if you knew you had a dog already and said it like so like nonchalant?
You already knew that you had grandchildren already.
Right.
So that means you can, if you ask her certain questions and ask her, like, do you remember watching movies? Do you remember this, that, and the third? Because then you can just Google and be like, oh shit. Like,
you're this person who went to, like, what street did you live on? In what neighborhood? And but what's even, okay, the reincarnation and everything, but when she was like, there's a ghost.
That'd be nuts.
I mean, it's, people say they come back to spaces they feel familiar, but even worse though was when she said there was a ghost upstairs waiting for me. Yo, who was that?
She said George probably was her husband.
So her and her husband, so she reincarnated to this kid, right?
And he didn't yet.
He's just lingering around until he comes back as what, the other baby that she's having? Because she said she was pregnant, but then they would be brother and sister, or
sometimes
related.
those changes you can't. Sometimes, because like think about it like this, right? Love is transformative. There's different types of love. So yeah, maybe they'll lose that romantic, but in this life, they're supposed to cultivate a different type.
Wow. Like true soulmates can be, yo. Like true soulmates, you're like your sibling or like your cousin, not in a romantic way, like you two are soul tied. So you will learn things and go through things together and have same interactions and things like that. But in this next life, he might be your husband, or she might be your wife, or
she might just be your best friend. She might be somebody that you really cling with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, because this sounds like on some incest shit, but like relation is man-made.
Yes.
Well, I mean, genetically, but I'm just saying, like,
you're saying, yeah,
I agree. You're my brother because we have the same mother, and we just both agree that is what that is because we have the same mother. You know, like if we didn't agree, people would still just be fucking It's on some incest shit a little bit, but I'm just saying, like,
I get what you're saying.
On a human to human level, we still all kind of just choose and make this shit up as we go. But yeah, no, that's crazy. Soulmates, man.
That shit's crazy. That shit blew my mind.
I would ask more questions for sure. My kid just came home and started talking like that.
Because you don't want to ask too many to kind of like make him confused, but you need to like kind of like.
I would say it casually, just like she's saying it. She's like, "Oh yeah, my grandson bought me." I was like, "Oh yeah, how's your grandson? Like, when is he? How's he? You know, since your husband? I would talk just like regular and just see what other."
Because to her, like the kids just saying it, like they have no. Like they have no regard for like, I mean, because imagine if, like, let's just take this a step further. Imagine if she like remembers what street she lived on, and like you remember certain things in the time period. You could look it up, and then you could find out, oh, this lady died who lived here. Now you can choose to either say the name, try to see what happens. But I ain't gonna lie, you are fucking with some other shit that like
right. I mean, but if it's your kid, like you got to deal with it. You can't just let this person like
you can't
be haunting your kid or be possessing your kid. You got to deal with it. And obviously, if they move somewhere, it doesn't just change. Like
I think later in the post, they said they did move. and like she doesn't see the ghost anymore. So like,
so maybe it was the house.
Maybe it was the house.
Soulmates, and they just stayed in the house, and she was able to possess the baby because for some reason or another, but he didn't, or he's not able to.
There's so many different ways, bro. There's so many because this is the third, because she's child number 2. So she was waiting on child number 3. So maybe that was his time to be like, all right, it's my time. But they moved this
next one.
You know what I'm saying? So like he doesn't get to slip in it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
you know what I mean? Because they're not physically in that. They're not physically getting that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's just like Insidious, right? Homeboy goes to sleep. All these other niggas try to take his body. Now he's a grown ass kid, but think about that when it comes to like birth and stuff like that.
Little
like,
kid, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the stomach, in the womb. You know what I'm saying? Like
they say if you play music, it'll soak through to the kid and could like affect their development and mentality.
That's why a lot of people play like classical music. I was still playing my nigga shit, bro. That's why I think he wild as fuck.
You gonna have a baby coming out throwing up gang signs, listening to trap music. Like you can't.
Yeah, Max, nigga. I had that nigga rolling down there, bro.
Parents need to set their kids up for success. And with that being said, man, what do you want to get into next? Because we got some horrible like baby stories or parent stories or just stories about kids and making kids, and this shit is just.
Let's start with some pretty obvious shit first, right?
Okay.
Listen, R. Kelly got 30 years.
Wow, they hit that man with 3 of them bangers, 3 of them.
But you know what's crazy? It took him 30 years to sentence this nigga.
True. I mean, he's had 30 years. When did he really?
This. When he peed? What year that he peed on that girl in that video? That had to be before 2000.
I don't want to Google that. I don't want that on my search history. But yeah, that was like 2000 something. We can put that in the early 2000s.
That was like because the thing is that when him and Jay-Z did
was on that
the joint album together,
Hard Knock Life tour. Yeah. No. I'm sorry. What was
that happened? That had happened.
Gift and the Curse tour. I'm sorry.
Yes, and Gift like they had like Best of Both Worlds, which was in the 90s, right?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Best of Both Worlds tour. Yes. That's what it was. I'm bugging.
Yes.
Wow.
So like it happened a little bit around that time because they did that song "Guilty Until Proven Innocent," which is that shit is a banger. Okay, that's just a banger. That's just fire.
Man, see, that's the contradiction. Is the man got bangers. Like I actually went to a barbecue this past weekend. Everybody was on the dance floor, and then they played "Happy People." Happy People. Yeah. Everybody was dancing. Like, oh, everybody like kind of limped off the dance floor a little bit, act like they was checking their phones.
Yeah,
nobody
they can't do it no more. They can't do it no more. Yeah.
So yeah, he got 30 years, bro. 30 years.
It's about damn time, bro. Like, cause you know how many people he destroyed in 30 years, bro. Like,
I mean, it's so many people connected to it though. Like, they gotta go down too. Like, anyone who worked for him that knew what he was doing and let him rock out for this long, they gotta go down with him too, bro. We can't. They're doing to him what they should have did to the Jeffrey Epstein situation, is in. Like take him out and then take out the pieces, get the manager, get the driver, get the parents that knew, get all of them. Like, I mean, and speaking of Epstein, fucking the Maxwell chick,
Ghislaine Maxwell,
she got 20 years. So,
because she was facilitating the bullshit.
That's what they supposed to do. You're supposed to get the person who did it.
Because the dude who was the head, he died. Oh, you know they put her on suicide watch.
Oh, I mean, she should have been on suicide watch since the beginning. I didn't think they were going to let her.
Epstein was also on suicide watch. And look what happened to that nigga. They know too much.
And then the tape went missing. And then the guards went on break all at the same time. Right. It's like, come on. So, but that's the thing, is like they knew all the people that was on that plane. They got the logs. Oprah was on that plane. Tyler Perry was on that plane. Bill Clinton, Donald Trump. And then all of a sudden it was like, we're not.
And you already caught one because of Prince Andrew.
Right.
And he was one of them.
He's trying to pay his way out of that though. Like he is.
No, I think he got sentenced. They stripped him of all his shit though. They stripped him of all that shit though.
That's royalty. He's got diplomatic immunity at this point.
Nah, they stripped him, bro. They stripped him.
Let me check on that.
Nah, because they said they stripped him of all his shit, bro. They ain't playing with that nigga.
Prince Andrew. Oh, this is. I mean, I don't see nothing about. Where is he now? He lives in Windsor. Oh, losing his military ties and stepping down from the royal family in dishonor. Wow. I mean, I guess, but you still got bank accounts. You still probably known as the prince, not on paper anymore, I guess, just so they could keep their clean name. But
I mean,
I don't trust it.
They kicked Meghan and Harry. I mean, they left. Meghan and Harry left.
Yeah, because they were doing all that racist shit, which.
Bro, they said, "Yo, we don't think we can call him a prince." I'm like, "Why? This nigga whiter than Harry." But you know what?
The thing is,
he can say nigga though. That's the problem.
And in the summer, he's gonna get just a little darker than them, just a little darker, and that's enough for them to hate that little boy. Like that's crazy.
The other brother and his wife, their kids can be royalty, but not them. That's wild.
It's fucked up.
That's wild.
It is fucked up. So yeah, pedophiles took a major L this week, rightfully so. I hope this fucking, which I mean, I guess I know it's not, but I hope this fucking lets people know, like, you can't just be out here fucking with these kids, like on a real genuine level. You can't just be out here fucking with these kids. Like, you're gonna get caught up. Somebody's gonna come for your ass. And
but sometimes luckily, they don't, bro. Yo, you know, sometimes though, you never know, because like they be finding niggas with like mad audio and video footage and some wild shit. And it's just like, fam, you know how many niggas like sell this shit on like the dark web and all this other shit. Like yo, this is a very sophisticated operation that they got going on here.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, just him alone, because he had the money, he had like a network, like people. He took one of his like engineers' nieces or nephew or I don't know, someone in their family. Like it was people around him that he was just able to be like, yeah, give me this little kid, give me that little kid. It was just like, come on, bro.
Shit was wild, bro. This nigga was a menace. This nigga was a monster. Like
30 years. Is that a life sentence for him if he's 55 now?
Technically, yeah, but if that's the case, I would have just gave him life without parole. Fuck all that.
True.
But you know what's crazy? Once he reaches that jail, I mean, he's been in jail for a minute. They haven't stretched that nigga out yet. But like, I feel like that day is coming, bro. Like they're gonna stretch that nigga out.
This is why I feel like this is the best case scenario for him to just go to jail, because if it was someone's family member, they would have just murdered him.
He from Chicago, they would have laid that nigga out, bro.
Now he could be
in jail. You drop 25 bands in some little nigga's hand, bro. He gonna find them.
But on this case now, he could keep his name. He's still R. Kelly. He could go to jail. He was in the jail with the subway shooter in New York.
Are you serious?
Like they write articles on him. He'll probably do an interview. He could still live happily ever after in jail, but it don't seem like because he's a celebrity, they whooping his ass for doing some pedophile shit.
He gonna get his ass whooped.
You would hope. They say the worst is pedophiles and rapists.
Yeah, they be fucking them up.
But I think he's living off that celebrity card.
He might be like in like protective custody or something.
All right. So speaking of, did you want to do the McDonald's next?
Nah, because we gotta do you had a court story.
You want to jump in? Well, let's talk about New York really quick, and just the fact that New York seems to be just fucking ground zero for every bullshit that seems to take place. So I just wanted to glance over this really quick, is that New York has a major outbreak of monkeypox right now. How the fuck we get monkeypox? That's why. How the fuck we get monkeypox? Don't even ask me what motherfucker was doing what monkey. Why is there a monkey and just running freely with pox? I don't know. But apparently now there's another push for vaccine. So now when you hear the vaccine for COVID commercial, you hear vaccine for monkeypox now. So they say they're menacing fucking like 8,000 doses a day. This is some shit.
Really? Is that serious down there?
Monkeypox. I feel like every couple years we get like an animal-based disorder, like swine
COVID was
flu
the only one that was like, hey, nigga, guess what? I fuck y'all up.
Right. I'll whoop your ass.
I'll whoop your ass, nigga. Like,
so yeah, monkeypox.
That's a human.
Bro.
That's a human sickness right there, bro.
Shit don't make no sense. Where it came from, I don't know. But I mean, if you go up to the Bronx, you see niggas with pet squirrels and pet raccoons on leashes and shit. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Niggas in the Bronx is different. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas in the Bronx.
Some nigga in Brooklyn somewhere got a monkey right now in his apartment, just a 1-bedroom apartment with a chimpanzee.
But is that where it come from though?
I have no fucking clue, bro. I have no fucking clue. I remember back in the day they said AIDS came from a dude fucking a monkey. So
yeah, that's because they wanted to like they wanted to stigmatize gay people for no reason.
Right,
y'all are trash. Y'all are trash for doing that. Let me actually say this. I will say this. First of all, on the last day of Pride, let me tell y'all something. Y'all niggas have been trash to like these LGBTQ alphabet people. I say the shit because I love y'all and I respect y'all and I honor y'all because I understand because I'm black as fuck. I understand when people look at your existence and like they're like, yo, fuck you and everything that you stand for and like I wish you was there. Like I get it, I understand that. That's why I just want to acknowledge y'all, say that I love y'all, I care for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Look, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to be of y'all to have respect for y'all and to understand that you're human. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand that, we support you here. You know what I'm saying? All that said and good. Because these niggas have been catching shit.
It's been a bad month. It's been a stressful month. Just across the board for America, the world.
Monkeypox my ass, nigga. So listen. We did an episode a couple of weeks ago called "Leave the Pussy Alone," right?
Leave the pussy alone. That was the.
But it seems the Supreme Court decided they really wanted to fuck these bitches.
I mean, they just wouldn't leave the pussy alone. Like, it's not even like sexual in nature now. It's just like they're just gonna tell you what to do, and that's just gonna be it.
So they overturned Roe V Wade, right?
Yeah, it actually happened. I didn't think it would happen.
And then
they said
Clarence something. This Uncle
Thomas.
Ruckus ass nigga. Right?
Clarence. This guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence.
He's talking about he wants to roll back the rights for same-sex marriages.
And Clarence's parents have a real good marriage.
Obviously, because he made the Supreme Court. So
he I feel like it's one of those.
He's an Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, like he's so. Man, it's hard. I wouldn't even say he's like anti-black, but he's like pro-white establishment. Like he wants white traditions to continue because that's what he's probably grown up with and felt safe with throughout his life.
Not knowing that he could be pulled over any single time and get them shells just like the rest of us, nigga. Look, let me be honest. He
probably don't live in those neighborhoods, and he's probably the only black person in his neighborhood. Everyone knows him.
You don't even got
Clarence.
There was a senator who said he kept getting pulled over on the way to Capitol Hill. Come on, Sam. Like it doesn't matter, bro.
Like kept as in multiple times, like not even just one time, multiple times.
Multiple times. And he had to tell these niggas like, yo, you know who the fuck I am? Listen, this is what I gotta say, right?
Crazy.
Like, this is bigger than abortion, right? First of all, this is them showing how much control. Bless you. This is them. Bless you. This is them showing how much they control us for real. To the point where they can tell these. Well, okay, I guess the actual thing is like they are now giving states the power to do what they want, and like mad states are like outlawing the shit, right? But this is the thing, though. It's like you are taking away women's choice. You're like they can't control what they do with their bodies, bro.
So basically, in 6 different states right now: South Dakota, Wisconsin, Missouri, Kentucky, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana. It's completely banned, like across the board, like no exceptions for rape or incest or any of that, like across the board. They don't care. Like if semen goes in you, that it will be a life. Like that's just what it is. And then there's like 3 more states where it's not banned, but it's blocked pretty much, which means they allow those exceptions for rape and incest and all that stuff like that. And then right now it's still up for debate in a couple states, but yeah, it's
Massachusetts said they ain't doing that shit. California said they ain't doing that shit.
Right.
It's actually going to be open.
East Coast, West Coast, you're good. But if you get anywhere in the South, yeah, it's pretty much a wrap.
Near where? The goddamn Bible Belt. Listen.
Again, that puts the whole 1/3 of the country like at population risk. And what happens is you don't stop women from doing these things with their body, because everyone's going to do with their body what they want to do. But you make it real dangerous for them to do these things now. So now, like, the Plan B pill is like shooting through the roof. That's like people stocking up.
Mad bitches. Listen, this is porn star. I'm not going to say her name. But like I saw academics post it. And like certain shit, like it's not funny. Like it's not funny. Like I understand why they be mad at comedians sometimes, right? But sometimes you got to come out of yourself too and learn to laugh, right? But like she posted, like she bought like ain't no CVS going to tell me how many of these I can buy when I'm the one that made people know who your company was. And I was sitting there, I was like, bitch, shut up.
How many did she buy?
A lot.
Jesus Christ. It's like the toilet paper situation now. Like chicks are gonna go run out and buy all the Plan B just in case they have these incidents because they know they can't get abortions. But
now here's what I'm going to say though. Here's what I'm going to say. This is my only point. The only point of contention. Okay. If you know you fucking that much, like you need to read. Like if you're having fun, okay, but also understand you should be protected. The niggas should be using protection because you know what's at risk. Like you just have to do the stance.
It should,
but
that should be the end all be all. Like you should have either used a condom or Plan B or pull out or whatever.
Yes. Because like there's other ways to prevent it. Like you got to do your due diligence. But here's the thing: you should not limit their choices just because of some principle that doesn't even matter. Like you can't be doing that shit. Like yo, if she wants to do the abortion, cool. If she wants to do Plan B, cool. If she wants to do condom, cool. If she wants to do birth control, cool. Like yo, options. Because yo, listen,
it only helps.
We have like you know what you do for men. We have the option now. Well, I guess it comes back in the like the legal system, but then the man gets the option to financially incapacitate her by leaving her with a kid as a single mom.
Facts.
She has a less chance of work getting through school, less chance of finding a lucrative job, all these other things. And you made her life and you made that kid's life mad hard. Now, let's be honest. A lot of these single moms, they be getting to the bag wherever. Respect to them. But not everybody's doing this shit. But then it comes back on the nigga though, when you get to the legal system. And this is why all these niggas get hit with child support, visitation rights, all of this. Now there are some dads.
See, this all leads out to be like all this one choice leads out for so it creates like this web of messiness now, because now it forces a woman to bring a child into the world she doesn't want. She already decided, oh, I want to get this abortion, but because of what state she lives in, she can't get one. And these states, and it's such a fucked up thing, is like they're like, listen, if you travel to get one and we find out, we'll prosecute you. So it's like, wow, you won't even let me like leave and travel to get one. You're gonna make people move from these places just so they can have that option in their life, and it's just destructive all around, bro. It's destructive all around. You're gonna have a bunch of babies born that are gonna be for poor people, because poor people won't be able to have these.
But you know what's crazy? All the rich ass niggas is gonna fly to like Dominican Republic, all these other places.
They'll go to California. Like, say you in Louisiana and you rich, you'll just go fly to California, get it done, fly
You
back.
got your little secretary pregnant because you was out here fooling around.
These Wall Street dudes getting their mistress knocked up all the time. They go right over to the next state, get it done, so it's not on your medical records. Or
don't talk to her for a couple of weeks. When she come back looking good, you're like, "Hey, what's up?" And then you back in there all over again, bro.
It's all just
come on, man. Like, and here's the other thing too. And shout out to Hot Damn iRock. I'm gonna try to get it. I want to try to get him on the podcast. I'm gonna shoot this shot. I'm gonna see if it works. Right?
OG. That's the YouTube OG.
That's a YouTube OG. Like I remember all his videos from like back in the day. Like he's still making videos now because he's an OG, bro. Like he got mad followers. So, and he made a great point in the video. He's like, "This is really not about abortion. This is about money."
As usual in this country.
Because when you think about it, those kids become taxpayers one day.
Relying on the system.
And this country relies on taxes.
They need to keep the system, we got to have new people walking in, so those people walking out, so the system can churn. And when you think about that too, on that level, that's more soldiers to go to war if they ever need to. That's more, people they can put in jail for the military, what they call it, the prison industrial complex. Like it's just this big cycle that they realized was shrinking, and now they pushing now to keep it moving.
Because
it's always money.
Understand? Because even though this does affect like people of color drastically, because we're already at a disadvantage financially, like in all sectors, we're already disadvantaged.
Some more than others, just depending on where you live. Like if you think of the Native Americans on reservations now that are having issues, and it's all wacky, bro.
So now there's you fucking with our money, and this is money that's going to keep this nation alive. Like we don't give a fuck about your choice, bro.
No,
because here's the thing: not only do they get a taxpayer growing up, but now they got somebody paying child support. That means they got to pay lawyers.
Yeah.
Who going to pay more taxes because they make it, fam?
The whole system, bro, is diabolical. It's diabolical. You want to go even one step deeper?
Go ahead.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, we all know as Theo from the Cosby Show. We're not even gonna bring up Bill Cosby because that's some sexual predator. I know. So he posted this week about it. You're right. It's not about abortion. It's about white supremacy, because all the economists and like who read the census, people who have followed and tracked the census of the population, they know white people's population in this country is shrinking, bro. And Latinos and Southern Americans and African Americans, our population has been growing, bro, especially the Latino population because of the immigration. So their numbers are growing, and they say by 2040, this country is going to be mostly Latino, mostly African American or mixed American, because black people, we're just fucking everybody. Apparently, we have the most mixed races, but once you're mixed, you're technically black. So they're saying that population is going to move in with the black population, and white supremacists, they see that they're losing traction. If they lose the population majority, they'll lose the political majority. They'll lose the financial majority. They won't control the resources as much in the country.
So they got to make sure these white bitches are having kids, bro.
They got to make sure they pumping out babies,
but
bro.
Guess what? You know where the calculation went wrong, though?
Shit is deep.
You know where the calculation went wrong, though?
Mm-hmm.
They fucking niggas, y'all.
No. See, that's exactly what I was thinking too. Is like, you trying to stop abortion, but you can't be racist and just say, okay, white people, we need to stop abortions. So you had to say all people. So now everyone is having more babies now. That includes the Latinos. That includes the Asians.
Guess what?
That includes
your precious. little, like your precious white
Your
woman,
little
right?
Sarah is going to hang with Jerome.
Jerome, and she's getting her back blown
He a little
out.
SoundCloud
And nine
rapper.
times out of 10, she gonna have herself a little I'm gonna call him an Arnold
Antoine.
Palmer ass baby, right?
Arnold Palmer.
Half light, half dark.
A little half and half. A little Arnold Palmer. That's funny.
Well, have yourself a little Arnold Palmer, and then there's
That's
nothing you can do.
funny.
Everything that you work for is going to what? A
No, you're
nigga.
right. You're right. You're right.
Think about it, yo. Think about it. Yo, listen, I have my homeboy. I love this nigga.
Mhm.
Half white, half black. This nigga says nigga more than I do.
Bro.
But I'm telling you,
He embracing that black side. All right.
yo,
You got
Ivory,
that
bro.
in you. You in you, bro.
That's why people
who's
love
black
Drake
on
so
his-
much. Think about this, right? I'm never.
Wait, your
gonna
homie,
make-
is his dad black?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Especially when your dad is black and you get that masculine black and you like, fuck this shit, nigga. I'm out this bitch. You
Fam.
could be Justin Timberlake white, but you got a black dad. You be like,
You go,
I'm
nigga,
a black man.
Like
I'm
Logic
a
sitting out here
motherfucking
talking
black
about
man.
like he don't want to use the word nigga. Nigga, just use it. Fuck it.
That was for branding. That was for marketing because he wants to
Yeah,
be
but
that
now
clean.
he ain't signed. I think he left his wife. Nigga, get out here and get in these streets, bro.
He I don't know what's going on, but
I don't want to say it
So-
because you never nigga say nigga, dog. Let's get it
but
popping.
he talks about crack and drugs and it's like, come on, bro, you're not really at the cleanest
If you're
guy
gonna
you
do
thought
it,
you
then
were.
just be it, nigga. Because now you're doing yourself a disservice. But that's a whole different other conversation. But that's why these niggas love Drake, because Drake gives you all of it.
He has that edge to him, but he's a clean cut, light skinned looking guy that's easily passable. Like a dark skinned rapper, you gotta be Kendrick, you gotta be 50 Cent, you gotta be like, I'm telling you, it's different. It's different. So
It's different.
wow, man. Yeah. So they really
Because also
are changing
that's
the
wild that you
country.
said that. Because there's actually a woman who was speaking at a conference. She said, "This is one of the greatest victories
I
for
saw
white
this.
life."
I saw that. Donald Trump was behind her like, yes. Mhm. She literally said, this is a victory for white life. Like she meant to, like that's the shit you're supposed to whisper. She said it out loud and she was cheering and people were clapping. I'm just like, whoa, they're not even.
They're not listening, bro.
There's no hiding it anymore. It's literally
They out here, bro. So like
they out here. They out here. Supremacists is out here.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And I just think at the end of the day, they still fucking niggas. So like I don't mean,
it's not even just against it's pretty much minorities in general. So like women, Latinos, immigrants, just anyone from out of the country, African, any minority, your rights are being attacked.
And black women, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, black women get a big front of it, but I also think it's women of color because the infertility rates and the women that die more from like deaths at birth, at birth, like
what do you call it?
Birth related
Not
deaths or whatever.
Addictions, but misconception. Damn, I'm fucked up. We be here.
Miscarriage.
Not miscarriages, but there's like a not birth defect, but there's like a word.
There's a word for it. Yeah, there's a word.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to find that word, but yeah. So yeah, but imagine being a black gay maternal. No complications, birth complications.
Yeah,
something. But imagine being a black gay female, like in this country right now, feeling like they hate you because you gay.
If you're even in this country,
black. They hate you because you're a woman. Like
Brittany Griner's not even in the country, bro. She in Russia getting all this heat. Bro. And them niggas don't have political correctness. They going at this bitch. Yo, they calling her all types of slurs. They throwing her food on the floor. They doing all types of shit, bro.
They showed her at the I guess trial or whatever, and then all they did was bring her in the room saying we're postponing it and then take her out the room, and you could just see her like defeated, like empty. Like you made a joke at first, but then it's like, damn, this is really sad. Her wife can't get in contact with her. She literally was just over there to work for y'all, and then now that y'all at war with this other country that's allies with my country, It's all fucked up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I gotta get a hair transplant to bring my hairline back up.
I feel you. Oh my god. You just got a big ass almond shaped ass head, nigga. Embrace that shit. Embrace that shit. So yeah, the courts is going crazy. I did have some other court stories that I just want to
go ahead,
go
bro.
really quick, because anytime they do something big like this in the media, I feel like it's a distraction to the other shit that they're getting off like in the background. So I just got a couple of like other court things that happen or other legal things that happen. And we'll start with Florida. So Florida passed a bill that allows the police to ticket you if you're driving with your music too loud.
Who does that affect?
Who do you think it affects?
Niggas.
Especially in Florida.
Let's move on. We can't even discuss it because that's just what it is.
But my thing is, when they make stuff like that, who do you think they enforce it on? They don't go to the nice part, the country club part. They don't go. They specifically go into the hood, the low income hoods where they know people are playing loud music or in their cars. Because what else do they got to do?
Because you ain't gonna, they ain't gonna pull over no white girl listening to Barbie girl in her fucking Jeep,
making my way downtown, right?
With the door, with no windows. You know those Jeeps that have like no windows, no doors. They're just driving around. They're gonna let Becky drive around, listen to the Beach Boys and shit. I'm sorry, I know I'm being like mad generic, but
when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, y'all really bugging. Y'all, I lost that sentence there. I was gonna just glance over it. We'll keep it moving. So also, they ruled federally you can't sue a cop if they don't read you your rights. Because up until now, if a cop doesn't read you your rights and you say or do anything because you don't understand the interaction, you could sue that cop for that because you didn't understand the interaction and blah, blah, blah. That's why they made cops specifically read you your rights every time. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to whatever and such and such. They make sure you know that. And then they ask you, do you understand? And if you speak another language, they'll get a person of that language to come read these to you to make sure you understand. So the feds, once again, I feel like they're doing some diabolical shit. They changed the law. So now cops could just roll up on you, whoop your ass, take you in, don't tell you shit.
Yo, you know what I learned today?
What's
that Detroit, after 9 o'clock, there ain't no cops outside.
No way.
You got to pay $3,500 to get like a button and a light. That green light means that the police is watching your particular property, so that they don't go in your property, run up and steal your shit. All these other people that can't pay that, them niggas is running up in there because ain't no cops in Detroit no more.
No way.
Hell
no
yeah.
way.
I was watching the Math Hoffa shit with Bizarre, bro. That's why I heard this shit.
No way. I'm gonna do a deep dive into that. I want to do more Googling on that because that's insane. After 9 is such an early time. Like 9 is when criminals is just waking up like, what we stealing today.
But think about it. That's when it gets dark.
Right. That's when I need cops, you would think. But so
it's
that's crazy.
Shit. It's some wild
that's
shit.
Crazy. So also another law. This one is kind of interesting. I didn't know how I would feel about this. So it says California passed a law this fall that high school cannot start before 8:30 a.m. and middle school cannot start before 8 a.m.
That's fire.
I think that's
kids need sleep, bro.
I was like, am I upset at this or
nah? Because you know what's crazy.
This?
Think about
I'm not in school anymore.
Think about when we were in school, right? I had to wake up at like 6 o'clock every morning.
Bro, and I had to travel too. I had to take a bus to a train. So
exactly, like
shit.
Think about all these kids that got to wake up early in the morning to like use public transportation to move around this shit. Like so at least if you give them till like 8, if school doesn't start till 8:30, they can wake up at 7. You know what I'm saying? And move how they need to move. Because first of all, I think most early commuters who are working, like, they're up at like 5, 6. So
Right.
by the time
That's
it's
besides
7 or 8, they're
rush hour.
already getting into their offices early and shit
Mm,
like that. And then now you got the kids, it gives you a chance to, like, the congestion can kind of lessen out.
calm down.
Um,
Yeah.
and
I'm
then,
with
like, I
that.
think it's better for the kids too, because it's like, fam, like, kids need their sleep, bro. Like, making them wake up early, they're not going to school with the energy that they need to learn and everything. Dog, sometimes it takes
I
time to
mean,
wake up.
but what
Like, they should
happens
be
is,
waking up at like 6:30, getting out the house by 7:15. You know what I'm
but
saying?
when you think about the process, is kids, they'll wake you up out your sleep, make you get dressed, pump you full of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Raining truck just some bodega music
They gonna
driving
come
by.
after them niggas.
Yeah, they
They
will get
lucky
a
they
ticket
won't.
right now.
They don't. They lucky that shit ain't New York, nigga. Them niggas busy.
It's insane. But yeah, they wake kids up, get them dressed, pump them full of sugar, send them to school, and then expect them to pay attention while they tweaking out on fucking Lucky Charms and a fucking cinnamon bagel or some shit, you know? So it's like we
At
set our
least
kids
now
up
they
for
get a chance to
failure.
have a real breakfast. You know what I mean? Because a
Hopefully.
lot of more parents
Hopefully.
also are working from home. So now the parents can, a lot make breakfast for their kids, make breakfast for
Hmm.
themselves. They can actually sit down and eat. I think it's a good thing if if you're responsible enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
definitely 100%. But, like,
I'm with that.
some of these
Makes
parents ain't
sense.
parents. They be bullshit.
I mean, that's we're gonna get into that as well. But last thing is California is sending out $1,000 stimulus checks, calling them
It's
inflation relief checks.
Listen, let me say something. They're still going to tax the shit out of it at some point, just not right now. Let's.
I mean, California is one of the most expensive places to live, so I'm not sure $1,000
But
per
they're
it
giving
says
like
per
over 1 million
family.
people this money too. Like, they're giving a lot of people this money. Almost everybody getting a check
23
almost.
million California residents.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money,
Yeah.
but in total. But I'm just saying $1,000 to each person in California, the most expensive state to live.
Yeah.
I don't know how far that's gonna go, but I'm
Plus,
just
a
like,
lot of
damn,
people
what a
won't qualify for it because of how much they make and shit. So, like,
true. I'm just like,
that's gonna lessen it out. You know what I'm saying?
what
So,
about the rest of us though? Like that doesn't take gas prices down. So you get $1,000, but you now got to fill your
I don't know.
tank up. It
The
costs.
Ukraine war has to stop before gas prices come down.
My thing is that ain't. It's like the baby formula. We let one war or one incident across the globe affect our whole economy like this. Like we don't have no backups. We don't have no buffer
Well, Russia
between.
is the top most, like,
We knew we
exporter
were beefing
of
with Russia since the 80s, since the Cold
it.
War.
Yeah, you know what? Money talks, nigga.
Jesus Christ. Like
Money
we set
talk,
ourselves up for
fam.
failure by
Check this
being
out.
greedy in the moment.
Check this
And
out.
now we're
Let me
trying
tell
to push
you.
for green energy, electric, everything. It's not going to happen like that. Like
This
gas
is
prices
another
is up to
Cold War, bro.
$7.
Check it out here. When you really damn, I had to point to. Okay, think about this country, right? We're a capitalist country.
Through and
When
through.
the British was in charge, it wasn't because the British were ruling that they wanted to revolt. It was taxes.
Right.
It was money. Because,
Boston Tea
nigga, there's
Party.
plenty of civilizations, right, where a kingdom is running a bunch of smaller states.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's cool until they start overtaxing the people.
Yeah.
It's always the money that pushes them over. Because you can deal
Shit.
with a lot of shit if you know that you can eat good, your family
Mm-hmm.
good, your kids is
Protected.
good, their grandkids are good. Everybody got everybody's living good in that area, in that space of time. But the minute you start overtaxing these niggas, bro, you don't
They're
lose it.
like, yo, we can't buy bread. We can't buy rice. You know, they motherfuckers end up homeless and want to fuck shit up. It's really, they mask it as race versus race in this country, but it's really rich versus poor. And it's always going to be rich versus poor. And the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. And they tell poor people that they're poor because other poor people. And then we're all just fighting amongst ourselves while they're sorting all the riches and everything. So it doesn't make any sense. Across the board, our history keeps repeating itself. So good for California for them getting stimuluses, but shit, that'll do shit for me here in New York, man. I could use it
everywhere, bro. Because they're sending like billions of dollars to a bunch of niggas that want to give two fucks about us. It makes no sense, but it is what it is.
that shit's gotta stop.
So
that wraps up my crazy laws. What else you guys? We can get out of here.
So so we got this last story here. This is gonna be funny as fuck though. Because the one thing, you know, I don't understand some of you bitches. Yo, imagine this, right? Imagine you a nigga. Okay. And this is to the listener, because we both real niggas, you know that. And you pull up to your baby mama crib with food for your kid. She got 3 other kids in the crib. And she starts some shit with you because you decided to feed the one that was yours.
Yikes. So you got one child with this chick and she has 3 other children, but you bring food so your one child can eat and not feed all of her other kids. I wouldn't
fuck them kids, bro. Listen, let me tell you something.
It's not the kids' fault though. I wouldn't do that to them kids. I wouldn't do that because that's like eating ice cream in front of kids. You know they're gonna want it. You know they're gonna be jealous.
True.
You know they're gonna be upset.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Number one, where are the other niggas that you fucked? True. Number 2, you know that I do this for mine, right? If you want me to pick something up, hit me up with some money so I can get it for him. Because that ain't my obligation.
I don't think there was no communication in this, obviously.
All he said was like,
I'm just bringing food. And then he was, oh, wait. Because I didn't see the video. Go ahead. Tell me.
Oh, all right. So I'll tell you the video and I'll explain it. This is play-by-play. It's going to be fire. Watch this. Okay. My version's crazy. I'm about to be some shit. You ready? All right, hold on.
Go for it.
All right, yo. This bitch starts the video. She's like, I'm about to expose him, y'all. I'm about to expose this bitch ass nigga to you. Every other day. That's what she's saying. Every single other day, this nigga pull up, he bring food for his son, but I got 3 other kids in the house and he never bring him any food. I'm about to expose him because he ain't a good daddy. He ain't shit.
Stop. Let's stop that one sentence. She said, I got 3 other kids. You're right. You got 3 other kids in the house. I don't got 3 kids in the house. You do. So if I give you this food and you need to go in the house and break it into 3s, that's fine. But I'm bringing this for my little man. But continue.
Look, so then nigga pulls up. She's like, and she's waiting for him, which means he does this on a regular basis. This is something that's known. This is a dude who's doing what he needs to do. Nigga hops out the whip. You can tell this nigga working hard, bro. You look at his car, you're like, yeah, I get it, my nigga. I'm getting you out here doing the best you can. Bro, he pulls up. She's like, I bet you ain't enough food in that bag for the rest of them kids. She's like, what you talking about? He's like, I ain't buying. He's like, what you talking about? She's like, why you over here? And she's like, I'm bringing food for a little man. She's like, nah, you ain't never bringing enough for the other 3 kids. He's like, why the fuck would I do that? Like, why would I go to my bank account to go feed them kids? That's not mine. She's like, nah, you know that's fucked up. To see that they have 3.
When you think about it, it is a little petty of him. Like, it is a little petty. What did he get? A burger, a taco? What did he get the kid?
I think he got the kid like a burger, some fries, and a drink.
Okay, so you went to McDonald's, you could go on $1 and get a couple more burgers. It doesn't really cost you much to get the other kids. I understand what he's saying, but like, you do this purposely to be like, I'm taking care of mine and fuck the rest of y'all and taking care of mine. I get it, but this is a little petty though.
Nah, here's the thing.
He's not wrong, but this is a little petty.
Here's the thing though, right? They used to be together. His kid
obviously,
is
if
the
they
youngest,
got the kid together,
right? Okay. His kid is the youngest, so he was with her when she had the 3 other kids, and he used to buy all of them before.
So now that they're not together,
he's like, "Fuck all that."
That's what I said. This is petty.
Nah,
This
nigga,
is petty.
no.
He's
Bro,
not
listen.
wrong, but this is petty. This
It's
is
not
very
petty either, bro. This is like, yo, listen.
It
If
is.
I'm
It
with
is. It
you,
is.
if I'm with you, right, I will take everything that you bring.
But
Cool. But the minute that we over, bro, if we have something that we share now that's left, that's my responsibility.
I
Because
see
like, fam,
this is
it's like this, right? If you have a kid with somebody, right, and she had another nigga's kid, right? First of all, if that other dude's not doing his job, it's not my job to sit here and make up for that nigga. If I buy
if
my
you're
kid
with her
Jordans,
though,
I don't gotta buy that nigga Jordans.
but if you're gonna be
With you, if I'm not with you, if I'm
right?
with
No,
you,
I
it's
understand.
different.
That's
It's
why I say
different.
he's not wrong, but this is
Yeah.
petty. Because what is so imagine this now. He gives the kid the food. The kid goes in the house. All the other kids is looking around like, I like McDonald's. You know how kids are. I like French fries.
But guess what?
And he in the corner eat it all. So then they start to resent him and they start to hate him because his dad is there for him and their dad is not there for him. That's petty because you fucking up the house when you do that. That's one.
No. A lawyer did say that they would be able to use that argument in court to be like, you're sowing discord in the house.
Yeah,
like, and I understand that. But here's the problem though. If you had no solutions to it, if you didn't offer no solution to it, I think you're a piece of shit. But know what he said? He said, all right, then I can understand that. He was like, he conceded the point. He's like, all right, then send him out here. I'll take him for a little bit. He can eat.
I was just gonna say because the right thing to do is take him to go get a burger. Yes. Don't get it to him and leave him. Like if you want to give this to your son and spend time with your son, take him to go get the food, and then he can come back home and tell the kids like, yeah, my dad took me for burgers and all of that. That's fine, but to put it in front of those other kids' face, like he gets it.
But he's been doing this, and she's never said anything.
Listen,
because now she's like, oh, my food stamps ain't come in yet. That's why these kids ain't eat.
The switch, right?
Now
it's your problem.
And the thing is, so it shouldn't be his problem.
But when he said send the kid out, she didn't.
No,
that should have been the end of it.
Nah, she didn't send the kid out. She continued to argue with him. She was like, "Nah, you ain't."
She wanted to make that video.
You got everybody. You got everybody out here thinking you a good dad, but you ain't shit. And he's like, "But I am a good dad." She's like, "No, you're not, nigga, because you ain't doing your job." He's like, "To take care of another." He's like, "Yo, listen, I have one kid with you." And you know what he said? He's like, "Yo, where them other niggas at?" She was dead quiet.
Because you obviously made bad choices 1, 2, 3, 4, how many kids times?
But you know how she fired back? She was like, you knew what you was getting into when you was messing with me. And I was like, you right. But he's not with you right now.
But see, the thing about that is she can only take this out on whoever's around. So she can't yell at those other niggas. They ain't around. She can't yell at anyone else. They ain't around. But this one nigga who's actually around trying to do something, like even if it's just to bring a burger for his kid, like something as light as meaningful as that.
Because that's what he said. You know what he said? He's like, yo, I know what he likes. That's why I bring it to him.
Something as simple as that, a simple as gesture of bringing them a burger, a milkshake, or something. Like, my dad thought about me today, and that goes a long way. But because he's around, she was able to take out all that anger of all those other dudes and all those other mistakes on him in that moment. And then especially when you're recording somebody and you want to make a point, even when you can solve it and just be like, okay, you understand. All right, I said what I said. You keep going and you keep egging them on and you keep like trying to push this humiliation onto them because you're humiliated that you can't feed your own kids in your own house. And this nigga bringing something for this one kid that he loves. You mad that he don't love you or none of those other niggas loved you enough to stick around to feed you. And I'll take a drink on that.
And then she's like, all right, give me the food then. He gives her the food. Mm-hmm. Bro, she throws the drink and the food on the ground.
No,
the drink spills all over the pavement. The food's all over the place, bro.
Petty again. This is a petty
and he's like, yo, what the fuck are
you
doing? And she was like, well, if one kid can't have it, none of them can have it.
Petty, bro. This is
so he's like, yo, so you're gonna let my kid starve because you can't afford. He's like, and you know what? Listen, I ain't gonna lie.
Wow.
You do that with a man's kid for something that a man got for his kid, bro. You are liable to get chin checked. You'll get in these hands. These hands, the hammer of justice is unisex.
Right? He's swinging Thor's hammer right now.
Right?
Nah, but that's how they get you caught up. Don't even know that's
no,
like.
But the good thing is he walked away. He's like, you're fucked up. He's like, he walked away.
Smart man, because any reaction he made in that moment, any violent gesture he would have
got caught up. He would have got caught up.
Court went viral. You know, you look crazy. I mean, again, fellas, we tell you all the time, just make better choices. Like, because again, he didn't know.
Pick the right hose.
He didn't know she had other baby daddies before, and obviously they didn't stick around. So why would I want to stick around? But again, he made that choice to stick around, and I honor him for that because a lot of men don't make that choice. But that's not an easy choice to make when you got to deal with this whole nother person and this whole nother attitude and this whole nother brain and shit. So,
and then on top of that, now you got three niggas that's running around free while you sitting here carrying this shit on your shoulders. Nah, nigga, bro. That's just wild.
I mean, King, keep your head up, King. I know dark days can be ahead, but the sun do shine and the rainbows do creep out of the shadows. So
yes, they do.
It's looking rough out here, from the court system to just
everything, all types of fucked up, man.
Diseases, sicknesses, the weather. Man, everybody just stay safe, stay blessed. Shit, stay high if you have to. I know I will. And with that being said, I Hate It Here podcast, episode 32. It's your boy Russ.
And it's your boy Kev.